Squaw, squaw, squaw. Squee, squeeze, squeeze, squee. The chat is already here before it's here. Isn't it great? Squee. Squee, squee. Squee, squee. Squee, squee. Man, that dude over there. He's got an axe to grind today. Jesus. Another beautiful day over here. Yeah, dude. Same kind of sky today. Just bright blue sky, really temperate weather. Yeah. I heard that in some way the hurricane is responsible for this, because we're kind of behind it, so it brought behind it like a low pressure system that just kind of is nice and calm. Or a high pressure system, however that works. I don't know, I'm not a weather guy. What's your opinion on the IMF and the World Bank? I mean, other than the fact that they're just part of the structure, like the command structure of the moneyed interest. I mean, you know, like, there's a lot of people that read a lot of Illuminati overtones into everything, and I guess they're kind of right in a way, but it's not the way that they portray it. It's not some secretive organization where the members are, you know, operate in the shadows. It's right out in the open, and it's money. I mean, that's what makes everything go round. It's the weird concept that we've all come up with, that this thing is worth this. If you think about money from the perspective of an animal, it's a little bit absurd. Currency used to be like barter and trade, but now it's just this idea. It's this idea that we all have that, like, oh yeah, I have this many of this number on the sheet that my bank gives me, so. And the organizations that regulate the use and value and interest rates on borrowing that currency are going to be the, you know, that's the top dogs. Those are the people that hold the real power in this world. Money really is a crazy thing. It's so ingrained into how we think and how we live and everything we do and say, that when you try and stop and think about money, just the concept of money, it starts to get real fuzzy and real confusing. And, you know, a lot of that is by design. You know, our economic markets have developed in such a way as to keep them inaccessible to a layperson, so that you have to be part of the club to even know how to fucking work in it. And just layers and layers and layers of complexity, all based around this one fundamental idea: money. This idea of money. We've got money. I've got some money. But what do you have? You've got something that we've all agreed is worth something that in practice is worth nothing. It's about the money, Lebowski. Yes, it is. Have you ever watched Doctor Who? Nah. I mean, I've seen an episode or two of Doctor Who. It just ain't for me, man. I'm all for people that are into it and stuff. You go be in the fandom. But it's just not my speed of shit. I don't know. I'm not interested. It's a little too British for me. It's a little too British for me. What are some other ideas that are the way they are because we say it is, like money? I mean, a lot of those, the other things that I think of are kind of based on money, but money itself creates strange arrangements like jobs. If you think about jobs from a certain perspective, it's almost like the people providing them are holding you hostage. They're like, come and do work for me to enrich me, or you will starve. You know what I mean? From a certain perspective, that's exactly what's going on, and we've all agreed it's okay. But that's, once again, one of the weird little outcroppings of this money idea. I was a little too old for Are You Afraid of the Dark? I was in my mid to late teens when that became a thing, and that's just not the age group they were shooting at. So I'd say sorry, but no. A little too old for that. Money, so they say, is the root of all evil today. But if you ask for a raise, it's no surprise they're giving none away. Yeah, that's true. Been playing Resident Evil 7 Madhouse mode. Bah. I don't know, dude. Resident Evil, I liked the early ones. Since they've gone into the 3D world, I've just kind of checked out. I liked the weird tank style isometric. It made like a really cool game to set up jump scares and surprises. I liked the originals, so 1, 2, 3. But once I got to 4, I just kind of lost interest. And all the ones that have come subsequently have been that same kind of like over-the-shoulder, first-person shooter-esque kind of thing. Yeah, I know, but I mean, you know what I mean. It's a perspective thing I'm talking about. I like the weird changeable camera perspective of the original Resident Evil versus the fixed over-the-shoulder, first-person shooter-esque Resident Evils that are, in the modern ones. I'm just ready for fall. It's still fucking 90 degrees in Houston. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. There's some people who think animals don't have emotions and are driven by pure instinct. What's your stance on that? I mean, I don't think animals have emotions as we have emotions. I think that we have a real tendency in this culture to anthropomorphize animals, especially pets. And this leads some people down the primrose path of thinking that animals have the same thing going on in their heads that we do. So you ascribe all these little, and it's fun to do. I do the same thing with Dinor. I look at him sometimes and I think, man, he's just got a cognition he shouldn't have. He's got a little spark of intelligence, or he understands what I'm saying. It's fun to fantasize about that. But in reality, animals have very, very rudimentary emotional lives. So what we experience as love is a very, very complex thing based on a ton of different factors. What they experience as love is something that, is much simpler, much less complicated, and not rooted in a whole lot of expectation. So animals can be sad, but they don't experience sadness like we do with these visions of all the potentialities of the future and the past running through our mind. They just experience the pure loss of it. The idea in that moment that something has come to an end. So, I mean, animals have, once again, it's rudiment jealousy, though. It's not complex like a human jealousy is. It's based on all these internal factors and all these things that we're both aware and unaware of. For an animal, it's just, I want that and wish I had it in this moment. So, you know what I mean? And we've tested this in animals, and we can see it happen. They experience rudimentary versions of almost every human emotion. But we can't project our emotional states onto them. Love is overrated, lust, and doesn't have the philosophical and artistic merit we give it. Oh, man. Well, that's a dismal way of looking at life and things. I mean, I think that love has been one of the most powerful human emotions in terms of driving history, and to reduce it to just like meh, I think it's just missing kind of the point. Well, in order of complexity, our emotions could be very rudimentary. Yeah, you're right. There could be some alien species out there that's had the benefit of an extra billion years of evolution, and they've developed a new kind of higher emotion. But I'm talking about, we're talking about animals in the real world here. Love is a temporary instinct to encourage reproduction. Well, you say that like you're trying to diminish it, but reproduction is the entire reason that we're here. When somebody asks you what the meaning of life is, the best, most grounded in reality answer you can give them is to reproduce. So, hi hippie, hi Arabic dude with a weird name. What's up? How you doing? I'd argue the meaning of life is conversation. Well, whatever, you'd argue. Everybody argues what the meaning of life is, but the only answer that I think is rooted in any kind of reality is to reproduce. That's the reason for all life's existence. Reproduction, so. That doesn't really satisfy the mind, but whatever. It's the closest we can get to a consensus. So what does it mean when you can't reproduce? I mean, if the meaning of life is to reproduce, then my inability to reproduce shouldn't hamper my trying to. You see? My name is weird because it's not Western. Explains why Americans are known as simpletons. Yeah, I mean, my name would be weird where you're from. If somebody was like, if we were going around the circle and people were given names and people were like, Mustafa bin Halidin, Mohammed Atol, and then I was like, Paul Parkey, they'd be like, huh? So, good job pointing the finger at me for something that's the same where you live, you dumb shit. It's okay to judge Americans, though. It's okay for us to be weird in their land, but if they're weird here, then... Paul Pakistan, dude, yeah. I know you don't like video games, but is there one you're excited about? What a question. Americans are supposed to be more worldly than anyone else. Are we? Is that what we're supposed to do? Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm not excited for it. I'll play it, and maybe it'll be an exciting game. Maybe I'll be excited by it. But as it stands, I'm not excited for it. We're going inside. We're going inside, dude. Move, Donor. Get out the way. Get out the way, Donor. Get out the way. Whoa. This is kind of cool. See how this works. And then if I do that, that worked, but I need this, so what if I do this? No, don't fall. There's no need to be falling. Get that in between that and that. Get away that me. No. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. I think. This was working better, so let's just. I guess it's just not going to work at all, huh? Come on. Get up there. Hey. All right. This is precarious. It's probably not going to work. Your initials are PP. Your initials are PP. PP. I appreciate your philosophy of if I set my expectations low enough, I'll never be disappointed. Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, like, that's kind of the core of the pessimist is, it's funny, we have these meetings for the show, these creative meetings, business meetings, where we kind of decide where things go. And my role is I'm the downer. I'm the guy that looks at the negative possibilities of every idea and voices them. Now, I don't do that on purpose, but that's my role in the company, is to be the guy that goes, what about this? Or what if this happens? Or what if this leads to that? Or what if, you know what I mean? We might be exposing this, and this might be, I don't know. We don't want to think about this. Now, it doesn't mean that every time I voice a concern, we don't do something. It just means that that's my position in the company, is to be the guy that goes, hold up. Let's think about this angle, because this might happen and that's bad, and this is no, maybe we don't want to do this. That's my thing. And if you look at it from that standpoint, you need a guy like that? No, of course you need a guy like that. Like that, from an evolutionary standpoint, we are like just as useful as everybody else. It's like, if you start to look at the things that make people look at people as weird, like night people, for example, we're looked at, night owls are kind of an outlier. We're a weird, side group of people. And, but really from an evolutionary standpoint, it's totally necessary to have a dude like me around that's up all night. For me to have a clock that works differently than yours, where I feel way more comfortable sleeping my way through the day and staying up at night and working at night, you've got somebody to watch your ass while you sleep, and I've got somebody to watch mine while I sleep, and we can still cover all the hours that we need to in a day for somebody to be looking out for our asses. You see what I'm saying? Same thing goes for a pessimist. Very maligned. People don't like pessimists, negative Nancy's, and really derided as, just awful people. But without people like me around to temper the fires of brash, decision making, then a lot of stupid fucking shit would get done. You know what I mean? I'm not, like I said, I'm not always the one that stymies shit, but you see? Do you get what I'm saying? Existence itself is precious. Citation needed. First of all, you got to explain to me what existence is, because I have yet to hear any philosopher or scientist give me a, succinct definition of what it means to exist. Are you hard to work with? No, I'm a team player, man. I don't see myself as hard to work with. I'm a team player. I show up on time to things. I do my share. I do what's asked of me, and if I don't, I make it right. I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy to work with, from my standpoint. Was it you or TJ who dropped out of high school? TJ. Do I dislike David Parkman? I'm assuming you mean Pac-Man, and the answer is I don't dislike him personally. I don't have a personal beef with him, but I don't think he's. I mean, he's just super vanilla to me. He's like the template liberal, and just always kind of riding that edge of outraged and snarky, and I just don't like him. I don't like his presence. I don't like his face. I don't like his voice. I don't watch his shit. That's all. He might be a nice guy. None of that's personal. It's just his presentation. It's just a presentation that bothers me a little bit. Do you think we have a moral obligation to inflict as little suffering on animals as possible? A moral obligation? No. No, I don't think we do. Now, is that a moral obligation implies this kind of broad, overarching rule that should apply to everybody and everything? I personally don't like to perpetuate suffering in animals. I go out of my way to not hurt animals personally. But to say that I'm some kind of crusader for the rights of animals is just not true. Yeah, the moral landscape is constantly shifting, and you know, I don't really believe in moral obligation. Animals look cooler than humans. Found the furry. Found the furry. You gonna watch Mid-90s by Jonah Hill next week? Seems like you would like it. Never heard of it. Don't know what it is, so probably not. Ugh. Ugh. Time out, dude. Furries are disgusting. Disgusting, shameful beings. What's your opinion of the atheist experience? Are you talking about the show or the atheist experience? I don't know, man. It's yeah. People are saying probably the other one, not the show, but the atheist experience broadly. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird to be an atheist, you know. Yeah, not the show. I know. I know what he was asking. Yeah, what's it like to be an atheist for me? God. Paul, do you ever ask the man in the mirror to change his ways? And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. Michael Jackson's great. Dude, you got to look at the man in the mirror sometimes, too. Did you cry like a bitch when Cloud buried Aerith? Dude, I didn't cry, but man, I remember being real sad about that because it was weird to have a whole character croak out. You know what I mean? She had her own limit breaks and shit. I thought she was going to be the healer and whatnot. So I didn't cry. But yeah. I think I could comfortably fight off at least 1,000 chickens. Dude, you could probably fight off 10,000 chickens, honestly. Chickens are stupid. skittish and pretty easily killed. So, I mean, if you had a good meal in your belly and a good night's rest, you know what I mean? You could do 10,000 chickens. You could fend them off, you know? Do they have large talons? Do the chickens have large talons? I have no idea what you just said, boy. Get to work. So what would you guys think about a Highdeology where all I did was provide a link to a rabbit room where we watch whatever movies we want to watch? We'd have to have like the Highdeology for the chat, and I guess I could leave the camera for the Highdeology up, but the rabbit link could be below, and you guys could watch that and then listen to the Highdeology at the same time. And I could, you know, stop and play and talk about movies and shit. You can only do 25 people? Damn. Only 25 people can watch? That sucks, dude. You have to download anything? No, Rabbit is just a website, but if it's limited to 25 people, then fuck that. That's stupid. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, dude. Rabbit just disappeared from my mind as a useful platform for anything. I don't do anything in numbers of 25. Up to 200, but when AV is on, you can have 25 people join you in a rabbit room at the same time. Rooms that exceed 25 people are called party rooms, according to Rabbit. Okay, if 108-year-olds came at you with murderous intent, how many do you think you could feasibly kill before they overtook you, morals aside? Dude, I'm not physically fit. So probably like maybe 2 or 3. I mean, like 8-year-olds they fast, they run around everywhere. If there's a bunch of those with knives coming at me, I'd be doomed. Doomed. I do know I've seen rooms with more than 25 people in them. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I thought you could just have as many people as you want sitting in there and watching you. What's the point of doing movie things for 25 people? It's like not even useful as a commentary platform. I thought it was, but I guess not. Pretty lame. Oh well, never mind. Scratch that fucking stupid idea. Yeah. Thought that might be fun, but poopy. Poopy doopy. Paul's looping again. Yeah, dude, I did. I got caught in the loop, man. The dopamine loop was happening for sure. Let's just close everything. Ever bang a hooker while you wear a Donald Trump mask? No. I've never banged a hooker, period. I've never paid for vagina. Not directly, anyway. I've paid the price, but never cash in exchange for vagina. Hey, Paul. What's the last thing in media that made you cry? Last thing in media that made me cry? I don't know. When was the last time I broke down and bawled at something? Doesn't happen very often. I'm not a crier. I don't know, dude. I can't think of the last time. Last time you cried was when you were banned for 300 seconds. Well, let the fucking tears stream again. Here's 300 more. Robin Williams' death. What about it? Happened a long time ago. It sucks that he died. He was funny. There you go. I just saved you a bunch of time watching all these fucking Robin Williams RIP videos and shit. All these people that cashed in. Well, there you go. I saved you a bunch of time. Now you don't have to watch anything about Robin Williams. Rip Robin. Yeah, dude. Rip Robin. Rip Robin. I don't think that he was that funny. Well, you suck and nobody likes you. All right. Well, I'm going to leave. I got shit to do. I'll see you guys later. Bye.